If you remember from the last video on the making the wheels and the wheel cutters, this is what I ended up with. But since then I've gone toy mad, or toy making mad. So this is partly what it's all about. Hopefully you can see them all. None of the front ones are obviously finished, but this is why I want to make the sanding disc. Hello, how are we doing? Welcome back to the workshop, and this time I'm going to be following on from the last video, which was the toy wheel cutters. I've gone a bit mad on making kids toys. I've just been quite enjoying myself actually, but one thing that did sort of highlight itself with all the ones that I've still got to finish off is that I could do with a new sanding disc for my lathe actually. So I've been out, well, not been out, but I'm going to use one of my threaded backing plates, threaded plates that was in a previous video. I've also got a big piece of 18mm MDF, and I've even bought some 300mm sanding discs. They are Velcro backed. I don't like sticking them permanently. So this is my attempt at achieving that, and maybe hopefully a few of the little tips and tricks that I might come across, hopefully. So here we go. You might see in some of that footage that I couldn't understand why the dust extractor wasn't working, but I've got a Y connection on my dust extractor, and unfortunately it was on the other hose, not the one for the lathe. So I was trying to work a bit quick because I don't like using MDF at the best of times. But anyway, there we have one 300mm disc, rounded and attached to via screws, no glue. Not sure whether I really need glue. Screws should be good enough, they're only just short of the surface anyway. So, and I'm going to put some Evo stick or contact adhesive onto this, and then I can cut the self-adhesive Velcro, hook and loop, whatever you like to call it, onto to the right shape, and then I will glue it all down. I'll try and show you anyway, but that's the plan. That should be enough. I think I've got as much glue over my fingers while I'm trying to get this down as anything else. I think once it dries it should be okay. Probably going to let this dry now for 24 hours because I did put quite a bit on. We'll see if we can finish this off and whether it works. And obviously I'm going to have to trim all this off, but probably see you tomorrow. I thought while I was waiting for the glue to dry on that sanding disc, I'd have a go at some more wheels. And a little bit of an experiment. I've actually made some engraved discs just with the actual diameter, so that when I want to space or get the spacings as close as possible, I can do. So we have 30mm, 22mm and some very tiny little 20mm, and I even cut one in pine, which wasn't bad. What I did find is that on the instructions for this eBay listing, it did actually specify like a really high speed. I mean, my drill press will only do about 2,500, and they even said even higher than that, which I thought was a bit high, but I've tried it, and these are, I think these are all actually ash if I remember right, and like I say, that one's pine, but even that one's cut quite well. So that was a small step forward with all of this. I don't know whether I can show you. It's like the same on a hole saw. There is actually just a can I show you on another one? There we go. That's probably, there we go. There's just that little mismatch, but you know, I think by the time you put this on my sanding jig, there'll be not a problem at all. That's probably a better one. Actually, you can just see that better. There you go. I think some of that is also where it breaks through, but I mean, just with your nail, I mean, it does break off, so it's nothing major. And these are all done out of about 10mm. That way you get the full. Come on, just focus a little bit better. That way you get the full curve on both sides. There is still a little bit of chip out, and I think some of that is actually when it breaks through on the second side, but these took me a while to do, but only because I was experimenting with depths and just seeing what did and didn't work. But I think once they get dialed in, they're fairly quick. Like I say, I've still got to put these up on and put the holes, make these holes all 6mm or whatever I choose. But yeah, quite pleased so far. Morning, how we doing? Right, so this has now dried. It don't look too bad. There's a few areas where I think I was a bit generous with the contact adhesive yesterday, but I think they should still work okay. So let's get it on the lathe and see whether we can stick something to it. Right, let's see. This is a 60 grit. I think I've quite got that very. Yeah, that works fine. At least now I can carry on with my toys. This is 60 grit, and it should be pretty aggressive, but just to get them down to the lines that I've drawn on here, it should be enough just to start with, and as a good experiment of whether this all works. So let's give it a go. That worked quite well. I was running about 500 RPM. Doesn't obviously get in the corners very well, but I mean that 60 grit really knocks the worst of it off. So then I can change this to finer grits. I just thought I'd point this out actually. I mean, some people have probably already know this. I know that you can use a file and such to get into smaller details, but I've seen it on the internet, Pinterest. I don't really know where I actually saw it, and so I can't give credit where credit is actually due. But the suggestion was just get a piece of scrap stick and stick some some Velcro to it, hook and loop, and then I've got some hook and loop, or yeah, I think it's called hook and loop, sandpaper. So then you've got whatever you want, size you want. You can I thought I actually had a narrower one to get in smaller places, but yeah, it's great. When it's exhausted, you just rip it off, change it for a different grit, or put another one on, cut it off, and it sticks easy enough. So yeah, hopefully some of this has been of use to you. I've quite enjoyed making this one actually, but yeah, I will see you on the next one. Take care. Cheers.